Come with me while I meet Candice Brathwaite on her manifesto, Unlock the Life You Deserve book tour. She was in conversation with Alex L. And listen, Candice is one of my favorite people in the online space, so it was a pleasure to meet her.
Oh, look at this. Beautiful.
First of all, I meet a lot of people, and I told myself, why am I feeling like this? And he said, it's because this is the first person you see yourself. Oh. Got your little gift. Okay. I got your little gift. While I won't share everything we talked about, because I did share some pretty personal ways that she's impacted me with her, it was so cool for me to be able to give her flowers, for me to be able to tell her just how much she has encouraged me in this season of my life. And listen, Candice is a beautiful chocolate girl like me. So when she told me that my skin was tea, I had to take a moment. Going on. So, look at your
I love this.
Atlanta got canceled. I was like, what happened to Atlanta? I was in the comments. I was not playing. I'm like, we gonna fly to New York? What we doing? What are we doing? Because I gotta see her. So I won't hold you too long. I know you gotta get ready, but thank you so much for being who you are.
No, let's get pictures. Please.
So after I got out of her hair so she could get ready, we sat down to get ready for the show. There's my signed copy of the book and my husband and I getting ready to have a blast. And then Candice and Alex came out. Hey!
I'm not gonna cry already. No. Number one, to look like me, and I mean literally, physically, dark skin, shaved head, full lips, Afrocentric features. To look like me and be doing so well, that's already a crime. That's all 20 years straight to jail. You're on that Monopoly board, do not pass go, in the clink you go. And your man loves you, oh, another 10 years. You get another 10 years. And so, to put my head above the parapet and be like, guys, does anyone want to be friends? And it's like, you know that bopping game as a kid, where and it's just bop, bop, bop every minute, and I'm like, I'm so tired of that. And I am deeply intuitive, and again, that tussling with God, where he is like, baby, just go a bit further afield. Your people, your circle is already ready.
Yes. Literally
the table set in front of the enemy, sweetheart.
Y'all, I am just beside myself, truly. I'm just getting home from the Atlanta stop of Candice Brathwaite's Manifesto book tour. I'm still digesting and honestly a little emotional because I feel like Candice is, for me, she's like the first influencer that I actually really see myself in, from her views on motherhood to her passion when she speaks about Black women to her weight loss journey, right? Her fitness journey, her health journey, to her relationship with her husband. Like, there's so many things that I just see. I think she was the first time that I saw, like, oh, I think I can do this too, in an influencer space, in a speaker space, in a writer space, in my body as a dark-skinned Black woman. And so just meeting her was so amazing. I actually wrote her an email in February. So this is just, the story is amazing because, excuse my house in the background, I literally just got home and wanted to record this. But I was on a cruise for my birthday in February, end of February. She gave new tour dates. And so Atlanta was back in the mix. If you know, you know. Atlanta was first supposed to be part of her tour dates, then got taken off the tour because of a venue issue, and then she had to reschedule the entire tour because of a visa issue, so Atlanta got put back on the map. Well, as soon as I saw that, I sent an email to her management which is her lovely husband, Bade, Uncle Bade. If you watch the content, you know you know. And I was like, listen, I am an up-and-coming host. I'm an up-and-coming, personality. I'm a media personality in Atlanta. Would love the opportunity to throw my ring in the hat to host and be in conversation with Candice for this tour stop. Didn't hear anything for months. Excuse my hair. It is the end of the night and it is dry, like super dry. But and I was like, listen, I would love to throw my hat in the ring. In the email, I was very vulnerable and honest about the impact that she's had over my life, that her podcast had over me, and just the book, just her. Didn't hear anything back. And I was like, okay, cool. Bought my tickets because I was going to be in the building regardless. She wasn't going to come to Atlanta and me not go, okay? So bought my tickets. I was promoting the event because I wanted the event to sell out. Like, I just really believe in what Candice has to offer. Long story short, I hear back from them a few weeks ago saying, listen, we've already booked a host. Her team was like, listen, we would love for her she would love to meet you. You're the exact type of person that she would love to meet. And so they arranged for me to come early and do a meet and greet with her before. So when I found out who the host was, Alex L., 1.8 million followers, duh, that made total sense. I was more than excited to meet what I thought was just Candice, but I ended up getting to meet both of them. Alex L., first of all, New York Times bestselling author, in the online space for about a decade, if not more. More, actually, yeah. And just a lover of Black women in Black spaces. And so it was incredible to meet them both, take pictures with them both, talk to them both. And yeah, it was just really sweet for me to be able to meet them and talk with them. I was able to share with Candice what she means to me, what her content has meant to me. I was able to give her a little gift and we literally were key and smelling each other's perfume. She told me my skin was beautiful. Y'all can't tell me nothing. Candice told me my skin. She said, girl, your skin. Okay. But more importantly, she made me feel like family, not a fan. And I love that because I am a fan. There's no pride in me for saying that. But I do believe there will be a time when we will work together and I will be able to host an event with her, or potentially she hosts an event with me. And so it was just a lesson for me in like shooting your shot. It was also a lesson for me in understanding that I have something to bring to the table. It was a lesson for me in worthiness, just by the way that she treated me and the way that her team treated me. And yeah, it was a beautiful thing. So if you do not have the book, let me get it and I will show it to you guys. Give me a second. If you don't have the book, I think she said something about it coming out in October. I was able to get mine early. I've been had it. So I was not playing when she put out the workbook for it as well. I ordered mine on Amazon, actually. I think I got a UK release, and I think it's going to be released here in the US in October, she said. But this book is incredible. She signed mine, which I'll pop up a picture. But just so I show you guys here, she signed mine. And it was fun. It was a great experience. Shoot your shot. Ask for opportunities, because even if you don't, to be honest, hosting tonight would have been incredible. And I think I would have learned a lot, and I think it would have been great for my career and all the things, right? Could have added it to my resume, could have added it to my reel, whoop-de-woo. But getting to speak with her backstage, getting to give her a little speck of light, of the light that she gives out so freely in the world, before a show that I'm quite sure she was a bit nervous about, being that this is a new market, before a show that was in a space that she hadn't shown up before here in Atlanta. That was a true gift for me. And I know that the opportunity to host or whatever else will come if that's God's will. But showing up in this way with her was so fulfilling for me. And where else was I going to meet Alex L? You know what I mean? Like, God had a different plan. And I just love that for me. My husband was there. Y'all know, the man them going to support me. So he was there, super supportive. And he got to meet them as well. And Yeah, just for, when you sit and you watch someone's life via content, when you read their books, when you listen to their podcasts, you don't know them, but you feel like you do. You feel like you have an understanding of them. And so when you meet them and they are that way, it is so fulfilling, because I've met many people and I'd be like, oh, you ain't nothing like you pretend to be. And granted, they could have just been having a bad day, but it's so nice when you meet somebody and they are exactly who you think they are. So shout out to you, Candice. Shout out to you, Uncle Baudet. Shout out to the whole team who was in contact with me. And everything was so seamless, so swift, not a whole bunch of hullabaloo, which I loved. And I just appreciate the opportunity to be in your presence and in your space. Thank you for holding space for Black women. I could go on and on, but there's so many things I've learned from Candice that make me feel more confident to show up in the ways I want to show up in the world. Some of you guys may know this. I've said it on my podcast before. I did not want to be a mom before I met my husband. And one of the things that helped us to have the conversation, even in our premarital, was the way that Candice mothered. I showed my husband, I said, do you see this? This is what I need. Like, this is the type of mother I would need to be. I cannot be a mother that abandons all my gifts, dreams, and ambitions, to be a mother. And she is an incredible mom. And I, God willing, plan to be an incredible mom. But just having a tangible example to show my husband, and to show my husband that she was married to a strong, confident Black man who was able to hold space for her and also be a great partner and father. I think also it gave us the space to have the conversation about what I would need in order to become a parent, because I was afraid to be a parent, right? My husband was like, "You'll be an amazing mom." And I was like, I have dreams. And so just seeing it in someone else, man, like I could never repay her just for that. And I've learned so many things from her, but just that thing enough made me say, well, maybe I can be a mom. And now that I've allowed myself to want that, I find so much joy in even thinking about the possibility. But also, because she doesn't get all her worth from being a mom, which I don't think I would either, it has allowed me to say, if that's God's will, great. If it's not, I will find much pleasure in other things in my life, which is much how I felt about marriage. I was like, God, I want to be married. But if that is not in your plan for me, I'm still going to travel. Y'all, if you've known me, you know, I done been all over the world before I had a husband, because I'm like, I'm not going to just sit around and wait for this thing to happen. And so I think just seeing Candice, not even to mention the fact that she's dark, not even to mention the fact that she was overweight and rose to fame in that body. We see the fit body now, but that's not even how she rose to fame completely. And so just all the different nuances of her story speak to me so powerfully that I had to be in the building tonight. So shout out to you, Candice. Thank you for the opportunity to meet you, talk to you, hug you, laugh with you, experience your light. I prayed that I gave you some light. I pray that I encouraged you in some way. And New York, Toronto, you guys are in for a treat. Don't miss it. Get your tickets if you haven't already to the Manifesto Unlock the Life You Deserve tour. All right. Peace, y'all.